like to ask a question, and that is, what is the most important character trait for a human being to possess? There are so many important character traits out there, being kind, understanding, etc., etc. What is the most important character trait that a person can have? And obviously, there's no one good answer out there, and we can debate this from now until forever. I think there's an insight in this week's Parsha that underscores what perhaps the most important character trait a person should have, and that is the character trait of gratitude. Being a grateful person. If a person is grateful to God, to family, to friends, that person will understand that he has to go ahead and practice kindness to others around him or herself. But if a person is ungrateful, then that person cannot be a productive member of society. And we find this lesson in this week's Parsha when the Torah teaches us about the ancient nation of Ammon and Moab, who refused to give a helping hand to the Jewish people as they left Egypt and as they were on their way to the land of Israel. And the Torah says, Al dvar shel kidmu eschem belechem u'b'mayim v'derech b'tzei eschem Yisrael. Because they refused to go ahead and extend a helping hand with bread and water, because of that, they cannot enter Kahal Hashem forever. They cannot enter the nation of the Jewish people as converts. Even though we welcome converts and embrace converts, but from the people of Ammon and Moab, that ancient tribe, I would add that we don't know that who belongs to that tribe today anymore. But in ancient times there was this tribe, Ammon and Moab, they cannot enter Kahal Hashem. Why? Because they did not practice gratitude. Why did they have to be grateful to the Jews? Because their ancestor Lot was the beneficiary of kindness by our ancestor Abraham. And now, when the tides turned, when they had an opportunity to be grateful to the descendants of Abraham, when we were in a bind, they shut their doors and they said, we will not reciprocate. And that is the opposite of being a grateful person. That is inconsistent with the values of Hakaras Hatov, having gratitude for the kindness and the goodness that someone has bestowed upon you. And therefore, Lo Yavu B'Kahal Hashem, they cannot enter the Kahal Hashem, the Jewish nation. Folks, in our lives, we take a look around us from the time we wake up in the morning up until the time we go to bed at night. We are recipients of kindness from God and from the people around us. Let us take a moment and pause to reflect upon the lesson of this week's Parsha and about the importance of being a grateful person. Have a wonderful Shabbos.